Let's talk about masculine energy and submission. This is a topic that gets talked about a lot when the conversation is around relationships. What is it to be masculine? What is toxic masculinity? Should a woman be submissive? Is there something wrong with the woman is not submissive? Does a woman have to be submissive up front? Well, how does this work? Where does it go? There are entire books that can be written on this subject and have been written and will be written. I want to give you 3 minutes on this subject. Masculine energy demands submission. So if you're not getting submission, that means there's something missing in your masculine formula. So this video is really for the men, for you to understand what you need to be doing in order for submission to happen around you with any woman. Point number one, submission does not exist in a vacuum. In other words, a woman does not just walk around being submissive to everybody that she comes across, because that would put her in a precarious position. Submission is something that happens with a woman relative to what type of man and what type of masculine energy she is around. In other words, you as a man, for a woman to be more submissive, you have to be presenting masculine enough energy that she can show that there is a submission capability within her. Now, some women have more of it than others. And if a woman is walking around with a lot of masculine energy, that doesn't mean you need to do all this work to pull that masculine wall down, because there are other women who you don't have to do all that work to get the submission. They are more on the neutral level. So this is not giving a free pass to the masculine women out there. What I'm saying is, for the men, if you're in your masculine presence, you're going to get submissive energy from the women who are at least the ones who are interested in you. Number two, submission only submits to real male dominance. In other words, a woman is not going to be submissive just because, again, she is, but because you are presenting masculinity. Because a woman to go into her femininity, which is submission, is a feminine energy. For her to go into that, you must be in your masculine frame. So if you're not getting that from a woman and you think you should, it's probably because you're not presenting enough of a masculine frame to allow her to go into her frame. The poles have to balance out. So if you're down here on the masculine frame, she can't be up here on the feminine frame. It just doesn't balance out. And number three, if you slip, men, this is very important. If you slip on your producing, on your protecting, or on your leading, in other words, your masculinity level comes down, well, guess what happens? That woman's femininity level also goes down. Her submission goes away if you stop being the masculine leader. So if you want a woman to stay submissive to you, you must stay dominant with her, which means you got to do the things that make you dominant in the first place. If you don't know what those are, go find out, decide what they are for you, and make sure you are showing up as that person consistently. As long as you do that, the woman or women who you want to be submissive to you, they'll play their role. That's the way it works. All that said, folks, you want to step your communication up, your power presence up, your energy, your nonverbal communication to the point that people submit to you without you having to say anything. Just by being who you are, go to the link in my profile, have me as your coach, and let's get to work. Work on your game.